You can bet your bottom dollar. Great programming coming up next on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Stand by. Hold on. Talk at its finest, coming up next on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. In about 2 minutes, stand by. We know what guys are talking about. Stand by. A great show coming up next on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. In about 30 seconds. Stand by. Don't go away. Stop. If they're talking about it at the barbershop, we're talking about it here on SME. Great show coming up in about 30 seconds. Don't go away. Stand by. It's time. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Another great product on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Yeah!
I'd like to welcome everybody to the Grizz, and of course, I'm your host, Rashad Grismore. Have a fun and a very exciting show for you today. Steph Curry, who wants to buy Steph Curry's mouthpiece? I really don't understand individuals. You know, there's some people out there who are just nasty. People who buy things like this lets me know that they probably have never ever played sports a day in their lives. There's an NFL player out there who thinks that Andy Dalton can be on the same level as Tom Brady. Yeah, I mean, I really don't understand that. And then Odell Beckham Jr., he feels that he was overlooked. So I have a lot to talk to you about, but what I want you to do is sit back, relax, and enjoy me, and let's get it. Thank you, everyone out there, for tuning in to me, the Grizz, however it is that you are tuning in. So, yes, hi, everybody out there. So, I was listening to Doug, and, you know, he was talking about the whole OJ trial that is on ESPN. I was not going to watch it, but listening to him talk about it, I said, okay, you know, I'll give it a look. I mean, one of the main reasons why I decided not to watch it, simply because I've seen pretty much every documentary out on O.J. Simpson, but I'll talk about that a little later on in the show. Now, Draymond Green on suspension, if I play in Game 5, we win. And you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I truly believe that Draymond Green was telling the truth. I do. I believe that if Draymond Green was playing Game 5, that Cleveland would have lost that game, and then the Warriors would have been the champions. But as a result of Draymond Green constantly, routinely getting into it with other players, he was suspended, and rightfully so. You know, I was talking with my brother Josh, and, you know, he shared some of the sentiments of Stephen A. Smith that he should not have been suspended. Me and Doug, we're on the same level. Like, yes, he should have been suspended. And on top of that, yes, here's a 2-game suspension for you. Thank you very much. So, you know, I agree that he should have been suspended. But back to the lecture at hand, yes, I do believe that if he would have played in Game 5, that they would have won the game. That's just my opinion. Why? LeBron James. LeBron James actually looked like LeBron James. He actually looked like he was a guy out there who actually wanted to assert himself in the game. How many times must we watch him throughout the course of the series, with the exception of Game 5, look timid, look scared, look how he looked when he went up against the Dallas Mavericks? We saw that. We saw him sit there and constantly go at teammates, even though he was the cause of it. He was a cause of the mistake, but he is screaming at teammates. And it's like the only good thing that LeBron James did in the entire series before Game 5 is getting Draymond Green exited out of Game 5. That was the best play that he actually did in the entire series. Because I truly believe that if Draymond Green if he's out on that basketball floor, LeBron James, he doesn't do what he did. And that's just my opinion. I truly believe that. But Draymond Green, he will be back. And one thing that I like about Draymond Green, he's a warrior. And, I mean, I guess that's because, you know, what it says on the front of his jersey, but he is going to battle. And I've said this before, defensively wise, I'm going to say, and I've said this before, he is the best defensive player in the game of basketball, bar none, because he's strong enough to guard a post player. We've seen that with Kevin Love. Oh, and I have to talk about Kevin Love. There are some fans out there who have put some money together to pretty much say, you know what, Kevin Love, we don't want you to play anymore. You take this money and go. I have to talk about that. But let me get back to this. So, you know, when I'm looking at Draymond Green defensively, he's strong enough to guard a post player in today's game. Now, I've said this before. Yesterday's game, I'm talking about the 2000s, early 2000s, the 90s, the 80s. No, he couldn't play against those guys. Those guys was just too physical. But in today's NBA, yeah, he can go up against your Blake Griffins, and he can go up against your Kevin Love and actually dominate those guys. And then he has fast enough feet to where he can stay in front of a LeBron James. So defensively wise, he is the best defensive player in the game, and I'm still upset that the NBA gave that award on consecutive seasons to Kawhi Leonard. I'm still pissed at that. I don't believe that he deserved that. For me, it's Draymond Green. Watching that game, I'm saying, they miss Draymond Green. Number one, he spaces the floor. So when you see LeBron James coming from the weak side, you're like, okay, now I know why he's able to do that. Draymond Green, he's not in the game. If Draymond Green is in the game, you can't do that. Why? You have to respect his jump shot, depending if it's on or off. If it's on, we've seen what he can do when his jump shot is on. We've seen that. If it's off, I mean, now, see, this is the thing that makes him special. If it's off, now he can sit there and facilitate the offense. So for me, I know that I was watching ESPN. They said that the odds makers, they have Cleveland winning Game 6, for me, I would not be surprised if Golden State go into Cleveland and blow them out. I would not be surprised. One thing about Golden State, their game, it travels. It's not like they just play good at home. No, those guys can play good on the road too. So I wouldn't be surprised if they win a Game 6. I would not be surprised if that happens. Now, I know as far as, my commentary, I speak a lot about strategy, and, I've, went on the record of saying that if a coach has a player at the top of the key, he's a bona fide idiot and he's stupid. I know I have said that, and I know it's not the politically thing to say. I get it, but if I'm Tyronn Lue, I say LeBron, I need you at the top of the key. Why? Andrew Bogut, he's out for the remainder of the series. He will not be playing in the NBA Finals because of a knee injury. So because of that, it's like, okay, now the coaching, it has to change now. Now, if I'm Tyronn Lue, I say, look, LeBron, yeah, I'm going to want you at the high post in the mid post. But where I need you to be, I need for you to be at the top of the key, and I need for you to play bully ball. I need for you to just go in there, and I need you to be either play the bully ball, or I need for you to have that Michael Jordan-esque type of glide about you. I need for one of the two. Either you're going to dunk on somebody with brute force, or you're going to dunk on somebody and you're going to have some kind of finesse to your game. That's what I'm telling Tyronn Lue, because Andrew Bogut, even though he hasn't played a ton of minutes, and as a matter of fact, 60 minutes? And in those 60 minutes, he has had 10 blocks in this series. So, yes, he hasn't played a lot of minutes, but when he is out there, he is blocking shots. So, if that anchor, if he's not there, then if you're Cleveland, you have to say, we have to attack the basket. Easily, no. He's not going to get the job done. Spades, stop it. Go sit down and be quiet. Those guys, they can't do it. Draymond Green is about the only guy that uses that verticality rule exceptional. Other than that, they have nobody else. So this series has got a lot easier for LeBron and company. It has. So if I'm LeBron, I'm saying, you know what? We're going to win this game. Now, is he going to do that? Who knows? Who knows? I mean, LeBron, he has looked timid out there. But, I was talking to my brother, because one thing about me and my two brothers, we love sports. We talk about sports on the phone all the time, and sometimes it gets very passionate. Sometimes, we go on a profanity bombardment. I know my lady, she sits there, and after I get off the phone with them, she says, you and your brothers, I just laugh at y'all, because she's in the other room, and she just listens to us just go at it. But the one thing that my brothers, they were talking about is the fact that LeBron James, he has a chance. He has a chance to really cement his legacy. And that's what it's all about. It's all about cementing his legacy. What is he going to do? What is he going to do? Is he going to go out there and dominate the game of basketball the way in which it should be? Or is he going to be this pacifist that we have seen? We've seen LeBron James not want the spotlight. We've seen him, even in this series, dish the ball off to certain guys and then expect for a certain guy to step up and make shots for him, instead of him going out and saying, you know what, if we lose,